Hi everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of Low Season Traveller Insider Guides. I'm Jed Brown, your host for this week's episode, and today we're heading back over to Southeast Asia to join our roving reporter Nikki as she travels the world during the low season months. This week we catch up with Nikki in Bangkok, Thailand, as she meets an incredible woman called Nok. Nok is a rarity. A Thai woman who started her own tourism business and made a great success of it. She comes from humble beginnings, a rural farming community in Isaan, where she jokes she never grew because her mum had to go back to working the fields soon after she was born, and her grandmother fed her on Carnation as a milk substitute. As a result, she claims that both her younger siblings are much bigger than she is. Nevertheless, Nok has made a big impact in her own way. She started as a guide for an internationally owned cycle tour company that's very big across Southeast Asia, before eventually breaking away to start her very own tours with just 4 bikes. Before the pandemic, she had grown to have 50 bikes and a team of 5 guides working for her. However, the pandemic was tough. With little to no financial cushion, she had to return to Isaan to live with her elderly parents. But now she's back. Nok is a bundle of energy who always goes the extra mile, and Low Season Traveller is very happy to support her. Nikki took part in Nok's Backstreets of Bangkok tour as part of her low season adventure earlier this year, and she managed to find a relatively quiet corner of Bangkok to chat afterwards. Enjoy.
Low season in Thailand is round about the hottest season, which is too hot for Westerner to come here. Start from March, April, May, and then we start to have rainy season come June, July. So basically it's the hottest season, that is the low season here.
So then you get into the rainy season,
Right.
and that's traditionally a low season as well.
Yes, because like when it rains and then people say that when they come and then you can't do anything because of rain, so you stay inside, indoor. So that's why low season.
But we've been
On the bike.
on the bikes, and the bikes are good in every season.
Yes, you can do the bicycle all year round. When it's hot, you go out and then you create your own wind, and then the breeze. So it's summertime, it's no problem for us bicycle, and rainy season, normally the rain here, it's just like downpour for 10 minutes and then stops, and then we can continue to cycle.
So you started your company, you sort of went independent, in 2014? So how big had you got? How well was the company doing?
It's just only myself, the first couple of years. That is just only myself and the help with Roland. That Roland helped to, looking after all the bicycle mechanic side, like fixing bikes and then maintain the bikes and the shop. And then we start to get better, and with the number of booking, and then the busiest, the biggest tour guide that we used to have together with us is 5 guys. That is round about 2018.
So you had 5 employees working as guides, and how many bicycles?
Start from 8 bicycle, and the maximum bicycle that I used to have is actually now at the moment is 50 bikes. But I brought them back from my hometown because of COVID, so I moved everything back to my hometown. And then I just brought, this is recently recovered, so I brought only 40 bikes and so another 10 odd bikes at home still.
So at this stage, how busy are you?
At this stage, not so busy compared to before, and compared to the beginning in 2014, it's still, like a small amount.
I mean, you're someone to be really proud of because you've started from scratch and you've built up this whole company. Is it hard to work as an independent when you're in Thailand anyway?
It's quite difficult, especially for a woman alone to start from the scratch. And then, but I'm lucky that I learn, and then I go step by step, small step at the time. Like from all my saving, I could afford to buy only 8 bicycles, and then I did the tour by myself, so a small group, and and then just grow. Like you can't compete, especially you are local and in the tourism industry. Normally it would be a big company and owned by foreign and like big money at the background and support and the connections and all that. And for me it is from my perspective is that you don't have if you don't have enough money to go long financial part.
Yeah, you need a lot of money behind you to...
Yes, and the staff and the management, and then if you don't have like my scale of the shop is small to compare to other companies.
So you've got to this stage where you've built yourself up from the ground. You're a woman doing it on your own, which is really unusual. It's all going really well. You've got a fleet of 60, 70 bicycles, 5 people working for you, and then COVID hits. How hard was that?
It's quite difficult because everything have to close down, and then all the people that used to work together with us, they have to find a way. Like some of them have to apply a full-time job, and some of them, like myself, I have to give back the building and then move everything back when I still can afford to move and back to my family. And lucky that I still have the family support. Mom and dad still feed me and all the bicycles store there. And then but other guys that used to work with me, some of them have to go back to the hometown, and same like me. And some of them have to ride the food delivery service, and then working. So everyone have to try to do something to move on.
Yeah. And so when you came back to Bangkok, how was it?
When I first came back to Bangkok, everything's still quiet and shut down. And in this area that I walked, just to see how it's going, and it was sad to see everyone. Many shops that I used to see and used to know, they closed. I came here with my bicycle, 4 bicycle, that because I got a booking, people ask me if you are back already. So I said, well, they want to do the tour, and then I come back and then do the, with the 4 bikes. But it's so sad to cycle on the route that you used to do, and then many people still close. And
you've been supported basically by people who used to come, and it's word of mouth and people knowing your reputation that's kept you into this.
Yes.
And how is it starting to be now? Is it still quiet?
It's still quiet, but I'm so lucky that all old friends that after Thailand opened, and then they send the message, are you back in the business? Are you back to do the bicycle tour yet?
So now you're on the brink of maybe everything opening up a little bit more. What do you want to tell people?
Come. We are all miss you. And it is okay to come out and to see post-COVID, and many places that the nature get to rest, and many people I don't know, it's like start from the fresh again, and like you explore the new version of the world. Yeah, especially if you go to the beach. I also do bicycle and outside of Bangkok also. So it's nice to see fresh start again.
So you can see the world coming back to life, and you just want people to come back and be a bit of a part of it. And
yes.
Presumably by using people like you rather than going with the big organised tours, the money is going to places where it makes a difference to the people who live here rather than to rich people who own companies outside of Thailand.
Yeah, so come and be our friend, to see, to explore.
What do you love about doing the bike tours?
Oh, bicycle is the best way, to travel. It's faster than walk, And also you can go anywhere that you walk, but you can go by bicycle. If you go by car, you're stuck in the traffic. And then if you cycle on the main road, and again, it's just only cars that you see and homes and the buildings and all that. But with bicycle, you can go anywhere.
And for tourists, what do you show them of Bangkok that they wouldn't see if they were on their own?
Well, like today, Bangkok behind the scene. So most of tourists come to Bangkok, they go to see the front page, the beautiful part of Bangkok and highlights of Bangkok and all the on that side. You can do that on your own without me. But with Bangkok behind the scene by bicycle, you go to the community where people living in the local market and also local temple and royal temple that we went, royal temple but non-famous. That's why the still quiet and peaceful when we go with the bicycle.
So you're getting to see behind the scenes in Bangkok, and you're also getting to see it before the crowds get there and spoil it for everybody else.
Exactly, yeah.
That's brilliant, Nok. Thank you.
So there you have it, and you can learn more about Nok and her brilliant tours by visiting justnoktours.com. It's definitely on my bucket list for my next visit to Bangkok. But that's our show for this week. Thanks as always for your company, and if you enjoyed the podcast, please do leave us a positive rating and review on your podcast app. And also don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram and LinkedIn to be the first to hear our latest low season stories, articles and guides. But for now, have a great week wherever you are, and remember that travel is always better and fairer for the planet, the local communities and you the travellers, when it's without the crowds.